This is our Los Alamos County horse show training exercise for new classes we want to do. This is the working hunter class. The horse enters at a trot, goes over, then is going to trot up to the next jump and over. Now the rider and horse are going to change direction and take the same course in the reverse. Now the horse exits at the trot. Thank you. So the rider will be trotting. This rider is in Western tack. Our idea is that Western horses on the trail are often confronted with obstacles as well as English horses. So we want them to learn to go over jumps or obstacles the same as others. She'll trot over the ground poles. She'll trot over the X. And around the bush. And over the straight rails. Now she too will be changing direction. So since she would be changing her diagonal at the trot. If this were the lope, she would be picking up the left-hand lead and going over the log, the pole, and around the bush. Over the X, and now she has to change from the trot to the walk and leave the arena on a loose rein. Thank you. Kelsey is entering the arena. Now on the course at the trot. Even though this is ranch hack, she is allowed, for our purposes in this show, to show in her English tack. We don't care what the tack is. We care that the horse performs the required maneuvers. So she's going to trot around the tree. Also changing directions, so she'll be changing diagonals. And taking the course in the opposite direction. Now she too has to change in a transition and walk. She went the wrong direction, but she recognized that. And she should have walked exiting. Thank you. Our rider is starting at the trot. This rider is in a dressage saddle, so jumping is not, high jumps is not a good thing. But it is certainly permissible for this. So first the little berm. And then she's going to trot over the ground poles. And over the X. And for a ranch trail horse, I like that particular element because we don't necessarily want the horse to jump, but we want to get it over cleanly. And now we're going to change direction, so Carla will be changing her diagonal and going back. And over the X. Nice trot up to the X and then very nicely over. And now she's going to exit at the trot, and before finishing she will go at the walk with loose reins. Thank you, Carla. Okay. Aspen is in Western tack, which is also permissible in our ranch hack class. All youth for this show are required to wear a helmet. All folks in any of these jumping classes are required to wear a helmet. Okay. And now over the poles. And over the X. Very nice. And around the tree. As a judge, what I'm looking for is consistency of gait and that the horse goes around, even out of our view, but comes back in approaching the jump and paying attention to what the rider is asking for. Excellent. Now she'll be changing direction. And you can post in the Western saddle, and you can post to the diagonal, or you can sit the jog. And she'll be down transition to the walk and leave the arena on the loose rein. But apparently we forgot that part. This is Working Equitation Dressage Test, Level 1 Introductory. The rider is required to follow certain set of maneuvers which are on the score sheet. This rider will approach C, where we are at, and turn right. The voice you hear in the background is called the caller. The riders are permitted to have someone who calls the test and tells them what to do next. Only one maneuver at a time. Carla is riding dressage saddle. All the maneuvers are conducted inside the court, and the judge is judging each maneuver according to the rules and expectations of the test. All the tests are on the web. Working Equitation Dressage Test, Level 1 Introductory. Horses are judged on impulsion, the desire to move forward, submission, willing cooperation, harmony, and attention. The rider is judged on position and seat of the rider. And correct use The rider is judged on correct use and effective use of the aids, and then there's a general category called presentation, completeness and appropriateness of the tack and attire. This rider is riding in Western tack, but in her English clothing, has a helmet on.
Circle right 20 meters.
And this is totally acceptable in our show. There is also Western dressage, in which the riders and the horses are tacked out Western. This rider has a helmet that is permitted. In Western Dressage Association of America rules, they may also wear a cowboy hat.
across the diagonal, B medium walk. Angle to the quarter line. Across from M, execute half circle right 5 meters. And return to the rail and continue.
Now she's going to go through the gate, nice and straight and quietly, and enter onto the course. Go straight to the box. Now she's up trot to the box. Enter the box and turn to the horse to the left and out at the walk over the poles and down to the bridge. Over the bridge. These are just a few of the obstacles and the ways you can do them. Come forward and around to the cones and trot through the cones. Pick up the trot right there. And then you may exit at the gate. Box, trot into the box.
To the box?
Mm-hmm. Trot right in. Stopping in the box. Turn to the right, turn to the right, turn to the right. No, right. Thank you. Stop where you can see these. They can go back in there. That. Girl. Now walk and walk out over these. That's a good girl. Trot down. Walk over the bridge. He has to take a break.
Oh my goodness. On the bridge.
Okay, that's what's called unexpected.
Oh my goodness. I was like, wait, he's stretching out. Uh-oh.
Thank you, Lily. That was a really good job. Now make him get up there and get over it.
Needed to be baptized.
Okay, next. Go. Beginning at the trot. This is a sitting trot or jog trot. This rider's in Western, which is the typical choice of tack for a ranch horse. So the pattern is she trots down there a ways. She's going to turn a corner at the jog trot. She's going to increase it a little bit to the working jog or a little bit more of a posting jog and come over the poles. There are 4 of them. And she comes over at the trot. Then she will stop the horse, side pass to the right. Turn to the right 1.5 times on the haunches. And then she's going to lope off on the right lead. He's incorrect, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. There, she's going to come around the corner at the slower lope. It should also be a right lead, but we're working on it. Then she's going to come down this line to the working or cowboy trot, extended trot, whichever of those you want to call it. She may post, stand up in her stirrups, or hold the saddle horn, whichever the rider prefers. Then she's going to come around a corner and pick up the left lead lope, not an extended, just a lope, which he didn't get either. I'd go around the corner and trot and walk and trot, stop, and back. Thank you. Okay, at the walking, and then trot. Walk about halfway, and then trot. Trot around the corner. This is a pattern class, AQHA Ranch Riding Pattern 12. It's in their rule book. It's available at all their shows. There are 15 patterns for ranch riding. And all of it is determined. This again is a rider in Western tack. Has to trot over the poles. Stop. Side pass. This is a case of where we have to work with the horse a little bit. Very good. Very good. And then she has to turn to the right 1.5 times. And lope on the right lead at the extended lope. And the lead is correct and the extension is good. Then slow down to the collected lope. In Western, this gait is referred to as the lope. In English, it's canter, but it's the same gait. Now she has to trot, extended trot. And turn the corner, and she has to lope on the right lead, on the left lead this time. He is incorrect and on the right lead, but she's going to change him, maybe. And then she's going to walk. Trot. Stop, and back. And generally back is at least a horse's length, 7 steps or so. Okay. Thank you. Triding is actually in is in English dressage, tack. And she's going to walk. And then trot. And make a square corner at the trot. Very nice. And trot back through the poles. Halt. And side pass to the right. Turn to the right 1.5 times. Generally, this is a turn on the haunches, but our horse today decided to turn on the forehand. And lope, the extended lope on the right lead. And then the collected lope on the right lead. And the extended trot. And again, even though she's in a dressage saddle, her choice is to either sit the trot or the excitement. Thank you, 86 in the saddle bronc riding. Then she's going to make a corner. At the trot. And then there will be a lope to the left. Hang on. That's okay. You can trot if you like. Excellent. She picked it up from the circle. This is called saving the pattern at the horse show. Trot. Now she's going to pick up the lope. The trot. Okay. Now the walk. Halt, and back. Thank you!